Game Master Tips number 20, all about NPCs. Hey, what's up, everybody? This episode of Game Master Tips is all about NPCs, non player characters. I hope this video helps. I'm going to go over three basic things to focus on that'll bring your NPCs to life and just make them a bit more dynamic and less one dimensional. But before I get into this, make sure you check out the other Game Master Tips episodes where I talk about campaign building and also positive, negative. Those things will help when it comes to NPCs. I also do a bunch of interviews with other game masters and industry people, and they break down their process of campaign building, and that will help as well. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's focus on NPCs. The first thing that I want you to focus on are attributes. When you create an NPC and you drop them into your campaign, just make a little list of attributes, right? And then that'll help you kind of give them personality. Are they brave? Are they charming? Are they funny? Are they typically grumpy or depressed? Also think of physical attributes, some physical characteristics to throw in there when you're coming up with these attributes. Like, do they have a limp? Are they missing a limb or an eye? Do they speak with a lisp? These little physical characteristics and other attributes, like I said, they'll help bring the NPC to life. They'll just give them a little bit of depth. The next thing I want you to do when creating an NPC is give them a voice. You don't have to go so crazy as to try to come up with, accents and things outside of your comfort zone. And don't get me wrong, I encourage you to get into that. Just try some basic accents. You might have fun with it, and you'll find that the more you do them in gameplay, other players will start having fun and getting into character and speaking in their character's voice more. The more you get comfortable and have fun with it, the more the players will, because you're the game master. You're kind of leading and setting the tone. But don't feel obligated. I know doing accents can be a bit much. I do it during gameplay. I do my cheesy New York or street vibe. I do like a really bad Russian and English accent. I have proper and street, and I don't know. I have a handful I throw in there. You can check them out in the live gameplay. And you'll see I embarrass myself and I have fun with it, and I hope the players appreciate it and it makes the game more fun. But you don't have to be that elaborate. You can start with some basic things here. When you're giving the NPC a voice, here's a few little basic things you can do. You can talk a little more quiet. You can make them a little more soft spoken. You can have them speak a little louder. Maybe they're rambunctious and boisterous and they're loud and outspoken. Maybe they have a really deep voice and they just speak like this, and now they're strong and powerful or larger. Maybe they have a little high voice. Maybe, and it's not even a female, it's just a very small person. Or I have fun taking a big person and, hey, what's up, man? What are you doing? And all of a sudden they have a real high-pitched voice, You can speak really slow. You can speak really fast. You can make them really hyper. So you get my point. When you do their voice, you don't have to go as elaborate as accents. Give it a try. It might be fun, but you can at least do some basics. Speak, quiet. Speak loud. Speak fast, speak slow, speak in a deep voice, speak in a high-pitched voice. Just try some of those basics, and you'll find that it helps make each NPC a little bit different. It brings them to life, makes them more interesting, and the players will appreciate it. The last little tip here I want to throw in is motivation. Predetermine each NPC's motivation or motivations. I like to come up with a few when I create NPCs, like this person is definitely driven by money. Okay, and they're typically angry or antisocial, which also plays into attributes. But their motivation is basically to try to, rip people off or take advantage of them because he doesn't like people and he's grumpy and whatever. But he's motivated by money. He's all about the money, which means, hey, if the players want to get information from him or interact, typically he's going to need a payoff to cooperate. So you see how that brings the NPC to life. It helps you determine how they're going to role play when players interact. You might come up with other motivations, like, that they really want to help people. They are motivated by doing what's right, or they're motivated by doing anything anti-corp because they're just anti-establishment. They're a bit of an anarchist, but it can play into your favor as a character if you're looking to do something against a corporation or organization, because then they're going to be motivated to help you because they hate corporations and organizations. So you get the point. Figure out the NPC's motivations and predetermine that. Write that down in the same little area that you write down their attributes or physical characteristics, or where you make your notes on how you're going to do their voice. You just write in there, they're motivated by this and driven by this, can be persuaded by this because of these motivations. Whatever you want to do, make your little notes. But those are the three main things. And keep in mind, there's 100 things you can do to really develop an NPC. But the deeper you go, sometimes you're just kind of making that into a character, and then you might get a little bit depressed when this little NPC that you spent time developing into a character gets overlooked by the players because they're over here now. So you don't want to be too invested in every little detail, because players are going to think outside the box, throw you a curveball. They might not do exactly what you're expecting. But that's neither here nor there. I definitely recommend, at least, just like I said, come up with a few little things. These three little pointers are a great start. Just come up with those three little things. Make your NPC have some depth, some character to them, and it'll help bring them to life. And you can start there. Hopefully this video was helpful, and it helps you develop NPCs a little bit better. And instead of just being one-dimensional, now each one is different and dynamic and more interesting. Hopefully it helped. If it did, please give the video a like and a share. Make sure you subscribe to Cyberpunk Uncensored on both YouTube and Twitch so you don't miss any of the live gameplay or content that I'm creating and kicking out daily. Also, make sure you smash that little bell symbol here on the video so you get all those notifications. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Take care.